And now it's time for a Q&A from you, the viewers, and I had a really good question from Spectre Scully on one of my live streams the other day. He asks, how important is timing and being topical for YouTube channels and videos, and how does one improve in this area? And my advice to anyone starting out on YouTube is to not be topical or timely at all, because it's really hard to break into that news cycle for a couple of reasons. One is that the YouTube algorithm doesn't have enough experience with you to recommend that video to people that are out looking for new content. You sometimes can hit the jackpot, but more often than not, you'll put a couple hours into something that won't get watched at all. And the other reason is that when people are looking for analysis of news items, they want to know what the credibility of the presenter is. If you don't have a track record of talking about whatever topics you're talking about, it's harder to build that up and get that credibility over time. You might get there, but it's really hard. And there are a few people that have been able to do that, but more often than not, you will find yourself really struggling and getting frustrated by spending all this time covering news and not getting anywhere with it. And part of the reason is that news content doesn't live all that long in the mindset of viewers. If there's a news topic out there, it maybe goes 2 or 3 days, and then your video is no longer relevant. The weekly wrap-up videos that I do typically last for about 3 days to a week, and then they're never watched again. And if you're thinking about getting into YouTube and wanting to do something that can be sustainable, I would focus on more evergreen content first, things that live a lot longer. So of course I do product reviews with about 80% of my time here in production, and those videos tend to last years versus days. And if you're going to be investing your time into something, why not invest your time into something that will pay dividends for a much longer period of time, whether it's views, subscribers, revenue, or all of the above. And let me give you some examples of timely versus topical here. So let's take a look back at my CES 2019 dispatch. This is the weekly views on this very timely and topical video. As you can see here, we did really well at the outset for the first week, and then after CES was out of people's minds here, it pretty much dropped down to nothing. We had a little bit of a bump here right when CES was beginning this year, but I suspect a lot of people were seeing this video showing up in their feed and then seeing it was from last year and probably didn't watch it all that much. So this video did well, at least for my channel, over a short period of time. But over the long run, it doesn't do very well because there's no relevance to this topic after the event ends, for example. So you put a lot of time, effort, and expense into something that fizzles out very quickly, even if it does very well in the short term. Now, by comparison, take a look at this one. This is the HP Sprocket review that I did about 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. I got it in around the September-October timeframe. The video did not do very well with subscribers initially, but search did its thing. And on Christmas Day of 2018, when everyone was getting their Sprocket printers, I got a ton of traffic on that video. And as you can see here, it's still getting watched, more so than what we saw out of that CES video. Again, because this is something that is evergreen. It has value to people beyond just the initial upload. And this little bump here was Christmas Day 2019. Again, people got their Sprocket printers for Christmas and wanted more information about them. And this is a video that continues to earn money for the channel, continues to get watched, perhaps attracts new subscribers every once in a while. And it didn't even do all that well with the subscription base to begin with, but there was value to this out in the ecosystem because a lot of other people weren't covering this topic. Another example is my Chrome OS 101 video that I made, I think, way back in 2014 or 2015. That one still is one of my top 10 videos every year over that period of time. Again, because the topic is evergreen and it's something that has value beyond its initial upload date. Now, if you think about this stuff, when you start attracting viewers and subscribers on topics that are evergreen, when news items come up about that topic, you're going to see more traffic coming in on the timely stuff because now you've got some credibility in that topic area. So if you are looking at starting up a channel, again, I would really try to focus on providing information about things that you know that might be helpful to other people, again, that have a much longer life to it. And if your intent is down the road to be someone who's going to be doing more news presentation about the topics that interest you, developing evergreen content, building a subscription base around that content only raises your credibility so that when you start talking about those news items, the words that you have a lot more weight and value versus just coming into topical content raw. That's my advice. I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments below.
This channel is brought to you by the Lon.TV supporters, including gold level supporters, the 4 Guys with Quarters podcast, Tom Albrecht, Rajesh, Logic GR, and Kalyan Kumar. If you want to help the channel, you can by contributing as little as $1 a month. Head over to Lon.TV/support to learn more. And don't forget to subscribe. Visit Lon.TV/s.